Well, the Arkansas State Department of Education released the 2024-25 school year report cards using its new accountability system. The grades reflect student performance and growth. 5 News reporter Laura Castleman talked with the department about what the grades mean.
The Arkansas Department of Education used its new accountability system, giving Arkansas schools letter grades for 2025. Now, these grades are based on student performances on the Arkansas Teaching and Learning System assessments from this past spring.
We use those scores to calculate different subcells of the state school grade formula. And it's a good indicator to give students, families, communicators, reflective feedback.
Jacob Oliva is the Secretary of Education for Arkansas. He explains what goes into grading Arkansas school districts.
Are they at least demonstrating years worth of growth? Are they graduating on time within 4 years with their cohort of peers? And are they graduating ready to be successful beyond high school?
Oliva says these are all factors their new test accounts for.
We went from the ACT Aspire to the Atlas. We released the student data, the student performance, and issued provisional grades, but they weren't official school grades. So this is the first year that we're publishing official school grades.
Oliva said even though schools may be ranked an F, it does not mean that students aren't getting a good education.
When we look at learning gains, especially learning gains in our lowest quartile, that factors in poverty, lower socioeconomic status, oftentimes students learning English as a second language, maybe students with specific learning disabilities, students that need a lot of additional layers of support. We're seeing those metrics show positive trends and gains with less students performing at the lowest level.
This year, schools like Bentonville High School received an A, while schools in a lower socioeconomic status received lower grades.
This formula focuses heavily on achievement, growth, and graduation rates, and making sure students graduate success ready.
Oliva said there was overall improvement in math and science in Arkansas schools.
So overall, more students are demonstrating higher levels of proficiency.
These grades help to identify schools in need of support. D and F schools receive additional resources like literacy coaches and high-impact tutoring to boost student success. Laura Castleman, 5 News.
Thanks, Laura. And you can check out the full list of how each Arkansas school graded on our website, 5newsonline.com. You can also text report card or grades to that number right there on your screen, and we'll send you back a full list or a link to the full list. Well, we're learning new details about a Fort Smith massage therapist who's accused of sexually assaulting 2 female clients during massage sessions. 51-year-old Raymond Graham of Barling was arrested on September 15th. According to a police affidavit, 2 females reported Graham assaulted them during massages in October 2024 at Inner Peace Body Studio in Fort Smith. Arkansas Department of Health records show that Graham still has an active massage therapy license in the state. 5 News reached out to the studio he worked at, but they declined to comment. Graham is no longer listed as a massage therapist on their website. Well, tonight, the Farmington Police Department has a new chief. The department announced today on social media Mike Wilbanks will take over as chief of police. Former Chief Brian Hubbard announced his retirement at the end of August. Wilbanks has more than 28 years of experience in law enforcement. He worked as a deputy in Washington County before moving over to Farmington PD in 2009. Well, in national news, Utah Valley University hosts a vigil for unity in the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's murder. Hundreds of people gathered at the vigil. The university described as a space for students, faculty, staff, and community members to come together in remembering, healing, reaffirming shared values. It was also a space to help the community move forward.
We as a community need to stop villainizing those we may not understand. We may disagree with, or may have been hurt from. We must stop putting labels on one another. All these labels do is divide us and limit how we see one another.
UVU resumed classes on Wednesday, a week after Kirk was shot during an event on campus. Suspect Tyler Robinson is charged with aggravated murder. Kirk's memorial in his home state of Arizona is set for this Sunday. It'll be streamed on 5 News Plus. Coverage for this will start at noon. If you want to watch, you can download 5 News Plus to your Roku or smart TV device for free. Well, with ABC's Jimmy Kimmel off the air for a third straight day, the fallout is growing. Protesters are pressing for his return, while the former head of Disney, ABC's parent company, is weighing in. Erica Brown has the latest from the White House.
As he signed executive orders in the Oval Office Friday evening, President Trump praised FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr.
I think Brendan Carr is an incredible American patriot with courage.
The suspension this week of Jimmy Kimmel Live came after Carr appeared to threaten to hold up a major affiliate deal.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
The fallout followed Kimmel's Monday night monologue covering the shooting of Charlie Kirk.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
ABC said it's indefinitely suspending Kimmel after the nation's largest local television company, Nexstar Media Group, announced it was pulling the show. Movie and TV writers protested Friday outside ABC's New York studios.
I think everyone is worried because the government is overreaching the way they haven't in so long. To use the FCC as a crowbar to get speech off that upsets one guy, the president.
President Trump has taken aim at legacy media, suggesting other networks could face consequences for criticizing him.
They'll take a great story and they'll make it bad. See, I think that's really illegal, personally. You can't have a free airwaves. You're getting free airwaves from the United States government.
Michael Eisner, a former CEO of ABC parent company Disney, weighed in on social media, calling the move another example of, quote, out of control intimidation. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
Former late-night host Conan O'Brien wrote on social media, quote, "The suspension of Jimmy Kimmel and the promise to silence other late-night hosts for criticizing the administration should disturb everyone on the right, left, and center." And now in this story, you heard about Nexstar seeking regulatory approval to acquire Tegna. We want to note that Tegna is the parent company of 5 News. Well, meanwhile, police are investigating after 3 gunshots were fired into the lobby of our ABC affiliate in Sacramento. This happened about 1:40 this afternoon. Investigators say it was a drive-by shooting. There were employees inside the building at the time, but fortunately no one was hurt. Detectives are now combing through surveillance video searching for any suspect information.
No motive, right? I don't know if this was targeted or if this was a random act. I don't know how many shots were fired, but it does appear at least 3 rounds did strike the building. What they're going to be doing is they're really going to try to piece together what happened. And so looking at a timeline, figure out who's responsible, look for a vehicle that may be responsible, talking to employees that were inside as well.
Our parent company Tegna released a statement saying, quote, "While details are still limited, importantly, all of our employees are safe and unharmed. We are fully cooperating with law enforcement and have taken additional measures to ensure the continued safety of our employees." Well, Blood Cancer United is putting on Light the Night across the U.S., including in Springdale, in support of those battling cancer and honoring those who have passed. The event was held at Luther George Park in an effort to raise $250,000 for blood cancer research. People lit up the sky with lanterns in different colors to represent those who've gone, those currently battling cancer, and also a color to show support for someone you know fighting cancer. The executive director of Blood Cancer United says there are about 150 different types of blood cancer.
We want to find a cure, of course, but we also really want to expand and extend life, right? So more laughs, more birthdays, more graduations. So our new goal is to be able to, by 2040, have 1 million more years of life for our patients.
According to Light the Night's website, they've raised $304,000, beating their fundraising goal. And the Arkansas-Oklahoma State Fair wasn't the only annual event kicking off tonight. The Benton County Fair kicked off its 121st annual fair. Admission is $15 tomorrow, then $10 Sunday through Thursday. Once you get through the gates, you get unrestricted access to carnival rides, live entertainment, and a petting zoo.
And you only pay one price for gate admission, and it's not that expensive, and you don't have to buy an extra armband because that's included. So a family of 4 and even mom and dad get to ride the rides now because they're not having to pay $25, $30 for an armband just for the kids.
For the first time this year, the fair will host a sensory-free time where all noises and lights from the rides will be turned off. That will be Sunday afternoon from 1 to 5. The county fair ends next Saturday.